guys, it's your girl T. So now, as we all know, Love and Hip Hop ATL premiered this Monday, and one of the storylines on Love and Hip Hop ATL was Mimi, who is Stevie J's baby mama, basically coming out the closet and saying that she's now gay, honey, and she's in a lesbian relationship with a woman named Chris.
I've been seeing Chris for a while now, but for the exception of Arian and my daughter, no one knows about this. But guess what? That's all about to change.
So now Stevie J is speaking out to TMZ, and he's really upset, and he's feeling like Mimi's only doing this for a storyline and that this is not a good look. He does not want his young daughter to be raised by two lesbians. So I want you guys to go ahead and check out what Stevie J had to say. Check this out, and I'm gonna come back with the rest of my commentary. Alright, so you guys just saw what Stevie J had to say, and a few people want to know my opinion on this entire situation. And my opinion is this: first of all, folks who live in glass houses should not throw stones, okay? I find it funny that Stevie J is so upset by Mimi's lesbian relationship, but he wasn't upset when he was bringing Jocelyn into the bedroom to sleep with him and Mimi.
You know, rubbing on my legs or whatever. I'm like, whoa. She proceeds to eat my vagina, and I let her, you want to go eat it, girl. And that's what happened.
So it's not okay for two lesbians to raise your daughter, but it's okay for you to partake in lesbian activity as long as you're involved. I also find it funny that he feels like Mimi's relationship is not going to be a good influence on his 5-year-old daughter, but yet and still him dating this bisexual Puerto Rican princess who's disrespectful as hell, who's messy as hell. So that's a good influence for Eva. So it's okay for Eva to constantly see her mom being disrespected by her father on national television, but for the daughter to be in a household with two lesbians, that's where the line is drawn in the sand. Man, I'm gonna need Stevie J to have a what? Tall glass of shut the fuck up, okay? Now, I like Stevie J, now don't get me wrong, but I feel like he's dead wrong for this. And I'm not condoning Mimi's relationship one way or another, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like Mimi may be doing this for a storyline. One thing I noticed about a lot of people, especially online, is the hypocrisy, okay? I noticed that a lot of folks love to smoke weed and drink and, you know, do all types of fuckery, sell drugs, shake their ass, strip, you know. And I'm not saying any of these things are bad or good. I'm just saying, you know, a lot of people like to do a lot of shit. But when it comes to the gay issue, all of a sudden they are holier than thou, honey. All of a sudden they got a Bible in their back pocket. I rebuke you in the name of Satan, okay? You know what I mean? So it's like all of a sudden they're like, you know, super Christians, and this homosexuality is just horrible, and how dare Mimi just turn gay, and this is some bullshit. Meanwhile, you're watching Love and Hip Hop with a blunt in your mouth, fucking your husband and fucking your coworkers at the same damn time. You know, one sin doesn't outweigh another. You know, that's the thing that always cracks me up with this. The thing is, Stevie, if you're upset by Mimi being in this lesbian relationship and you think that it's unhealthy for your daughter, then the way that you could have prevented that is by marrying Mimi and being a father to your daughter in that household. Instead of trying to be a player and trying to relive your second childhood, you should have been a father. You should have been there in that household to help raise Eva, so that way you wouldn't have to worry about this lesbian Chris coming into your household and potentially influencing your daughter, because that's what he's worried about. You know, so the whole situation to me is just crazy that he's upset about this, but yet and still you're dating Jocelyn, who's an open bisexual, who's admitted to, you know, having sex with several women on this show. Now, as far as Mimi goes, Mimi's going to have to explain a lot of stuff to her daughter. Everything from that disgusting sex tape with Nico, to her admitting to sleeping with Jocelyn and Stevie J, to Stevie J playing the shit out of her, to now her dating a lesbian. And I feel really bad for this little girl because, you know what I mean, everybody knows what she looks like. Everybody knows who little Eva is. And she's just being drugged into all this dysfunction. Neither one of these parents are saints, you know what I'm saying? Stevie J also has a sex tape out with Eve. So both her parents have done sex tapes. Both her parents, you know, are down with this bisexual lifestyle. I don't feel like Stevie J's in any position to knock Mimi or to judge her, and I just get tired of people's hypocrisy. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like Mimi's an attention whore, and I do feel like Mimi needs to find herself and stop jumping from relationship to relationship to relationship. Whatever she's looking for, she's not going to find it until she heals herself from the inside out, okay? If Mimi does not love herself, she's not gonna be able to find anybody to love her, and mark my words, she will be in another relationship 6 months from now once she realizes that this relationship with Chris is not going to work, because Mimi is a wounded person and she needs to heal herself and stop jumping from relationship to relationship, regardless if that relationship is with a man or a woman. She needs to just take some time out to deal with Mimi's issues. Once she takes time out for herself and once she heals, and then at that point in time, she'll be able to pursue a healthy relationship. So anyways, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire situation. Once again, concerning Stevie J and Mimi, do you feel like Stevie J has a leg to stand on and he's right that Mimi should not be having this lesbian relationship around their daughter? Or do you feel like Stevie J has no room to talk given his own track record? So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. All right, deuces. Hey you guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit Lovelyti.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.